Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice of My Life. It is mail call time all the way from Damned EDC via Indiegogo, and you guys already read the video title. This is the Damned Oni and I backed it on Indiegogo. That's why it's via Indiegogo. So I backed this on Indiegogo November 2019 and the original estimated delivery date was supposed to be February 2020, but we all know what happened during that period, and the date today is the 21st of April. So to be fair, with everything that's happening around the world, to be able to receive this despite all of that is still quite amazing. And yeah, it got to me safe and I ordered the 3-pack. So let's just cut the banter and let's crack this package open. Here we go. Here we go. We've got all 3 here. This is a pretty nice packaging. Very sleek, very minimalistic. It's black cardboard with some silver foil printing here. So it's got the Damned EDC logo and it's got the Damned Designs website as well. And it is held in by 2 round clear stickers on the side, and it's got a label of which particular Oni is in the box. So this one here is the blue carbon fiber / G10. The next one is stone titanium, which means Stonewashed Titanium. And the last one here is the orange G10 version. So let's start with this. Let's crack this box open. Oh, you know what? It's all that residue. Let's just cut this open instead. So where was I? Yes, orange G10. So this orange G10 version features D2 as the blade steel. Quite cool. I mean, a very simple package, and it comes wrapped up in this little plastic pouch that has been sealed, so I'll need a knife again. That's funny, right? Using a knife to open up the package of a knife. Okay, I really need to sharpen this knife. Let's just put this guy out here. Oh wow, okay, it's quite slippery. Got a lot of lubricant on it, so I'm gonna get a microfiber cloth to just gently wipe this down first. Hold on, just wipe this down a little bit. And let's check out the next one, which is the blue carbon fiber G10 version. So same packaging style. Oh wow, this looks quite sick. The blue is slightly darker than I expected, but it still looks good. Like, it's looking really good. I'm very happy that the top layer is a very even carbon fiber layer that you can see the weave. And I forgot to mention that the carbon fiber version features S35VN for the blade steel. And yes, there is some lubricant on this thing as well, so I'm gonna have to lightly wipe it down. And last but not least is the Stonewashed Titanium version. This version also features S35VN for the blade steel. Now it's time to put this aside. So on first glance, everyone, you guys can see the proportions of these 3 are exactly the same. It's just different handle finishes, or different handle materials, I should say. But for the titanium version, it is a frame lock. I mean, understandably, right? But the carbon fiber and G10 versions are liner locks. The carbon fiber version features black liners, but the G10 version features raw or polished liners. Really digging that standoff there, by the way. And the CF version has a black standoff right there. Wow, okay, so you see this T6 torque screw right here. That means that it's got a steel lock bar, and it looks like the lock bar also has an over travel stopper right there. So let's first take a look at the G10 version. Orange colored G10, very beautiful, and it's not too grippy. It offers some kind of grip, you can hear that, but it's not overall too grippy. I like it. And this one features a deep carry pocket clip, which is quite interesting. See, it's held in by 2 Torx T6 screws right here. Apart from that, liners look like there's some skeletonization going on. I know you can't really see it, but there's some slots cut out to lighten it. And it's got a lanyard slot as well that goes all the way through. 2 standoffs, by the way. And it looks to be a front flipper. Yep, so we open it like that. My goodness, look at that. Look at how beautiful this tanto is. It's a harpoon style tanto, and you guys know I'm a sucker for harpoon style tantos. There is quite a lot of lubricant on this, so I'm gonna have to wipe this down. We have the word damned here, and on the back you have D2 that demarcates the steel that this blade is made of. But very nicely done. I love how nicely finished this is. This satin finish is almost like a mirror satin. I know that's a bit of like dust particles here and there, guys, but it sticks onto the blade because of that lubricant. Lockup, pretty good, and I gotta say, feels quite comfortable on the hand. So you can see it's a good solid 3-finger grip for me. Yep, right there, 3 fingers, and my thumb just sits on this harpoon spine here, and it touches the jimping perfectly. You could choke up on it a little bit, just very slightly, so you kind of rest your index finger just behind the choil, and then I could fit like probably 3/4 of my pinky. Ah, that's cool. The detent isn't too strong, but a very satisfying click when it opens. Just that on closing, it's not that strong, so it's not too bad actually. And the liner isn't hard to disengage, so I would say that the lock bar is actually working pretty nicely, and I think I kind of flipped it open quite well right there. Let's see if I could use my skills from the Kaiser Feist to kind of thumb flick this open really quick. Nope. Try it again. Nope. No, I kind of have to roll it. I think I'll need some practice on that. But yeah, it's actually quite a nice feeling when you open it. Ah, there we go. Hey, that's not so bad at all, actually. It's not so bad. Yep, so here we go. I'll leave the orange G10 version here. Let's check out the carbon fiber version. My goodness, this carbon fiber is something else. I love it. So you could see it's carbon fiber G10 because you got layers of carbon fiber weave and then G10 in between, and this contoured grind here really brings that pattern out. But I mentioned I really like the fact that you get a very even carbon fiber layer on the top or the show side as well as on the lock side. That's nice. That's nice. You know, I don't know if there's anyone that would get a pure blue G10 version here, or if there's going to be some unevenness, but I think this is done really well. This one actually features a milled pocket clip instead of a steel pocket clip, and this one here is not deep carry, and it looks like it's not going to be compatible with the other version as well because the slot cutout is completely different, but it is held in by a T6 Torx screw as well. So let's deploy this thing. Let's see how this works. Oh, okay, so it's the same basically as the G10 version since it is a liner lock, but you can hear that the sound of the detent is a little bit different. Let's close this one for a comparison. So this one makes a louder sound, right? Interesting. When this closes, it feels more compact. And this one has a slight ring to it. I know it's not going to be picked up by the microphone perfectly, but that's the kind of way I would describe it. Let's see if I could open it the same way as that. Snap it open. Nope. Nope. Almost got it. Let's try it again. There we go. So it's like really just you have to commit to it. Just tell yourself, I want to snap this open, and bam, snap it open. Just wiping the excess lube down again. And you have the damned word there on the blade on the show side, and on the other side you have S35VN, which is a steel that is being used for this version. So just quick comparison between the finishes of the D2 and the S35VN version. They look almost identical. Even the chamfering is all done almost exactly the same. See the chamfers along the sides of where the jimping is, and the chamfers on the insides of these window slots as well. Oh, I failed to mention, guys, that there is a Damned EDC logo right here. So this is the idea where you have the XO that is featured on the box. So there we go. So it's an XO right there. Quite a cool touch in my opinion. Last but not least is the Stonewashed Titanium version, and when I carried this, for some reason my hair just started standing. I think this one feels really good. So looking at this thing, it still has the same kind of contours or chamfers as the other versions, but of course it's way more pronounced since it is in titanium. Chamfered all around. So really a job well done for both the titanium versions as well as the carbon fiber G10 and G10 versions. I shouldn't say both because I'm kind of lumping these two together. Yeah, the frame lock versus the liner lock versions. Yeah, that would be a nicer way to put it. You also have the Damned EDC logo right here. Very nice. And then on the flip side, of course, you guys already saw, it is a frame lock, but the pocket clip here is the same as the one featured on the CF version. The slots are exactly the same that were cut out on both of these scales. So yep, you could swap pocket clips with this, but why would you want to do that? It's the same thing. Sorry, I know, stupid idea. Yep. So yeah, I guess the only thing left now is to kind of deploy this, and then we'll see how this thing feels as compared to the liner lock version. So just slow opening. Oh, that's not so bad. So that's a lockup right there. Not too bad as well, not too shabby. The cutout part on the inside has a very interesting finish. Almost like a media blasted finish, or like a super smooth orange peel finish. I don't know. And disengaging the lock. Oh, that's nice. Disengaging the lock doesn't take too much effort. That's nice. This thing feels good. I have to say, it feels really, really good. So I'll try to snap it open now. It's not as authoritative as the other two, the liner lock versions, but I gotta say it works. Let's see if I put my fingers further back. There we go. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. So I actually have my middle finger just above this recessed area here. and then with my thumb at this edge here, I just kind of tell myself I'm gonna commit to opening this thing, and then it just goes bam. That is crazy. That's the nicest sounding one out of all three. Let's just do this all over again, everyone. So first we'll start with the orange G10 version. That sound on the titanium version, okay, this one is the winner in terms of that sound. Really, this is just the first impressions. And now what's next is I should give you guys a quick size comparison to some other more common knives. So I'll put these two versions here and I'll leave the titanium version out here. Let's start with the Para 3 since I have it out already, and then let's put it next to a Benchmade mini Griptilian, which is almost the same size as a Para 3. Moving down in terms of size, we have a CRKT Pilar. So there we go, we can compare that to the size of the Pilar. It's still slightly smaller than the Pilar. And last but not least is another small knife that you guys have seen and I've showcased on this channel before. It is the Pocket Rhino by Bade Modern Designs. So it is bigger than the Pocket Rhino, but smaller than a Pilar. Very nice in between size in my opinion. And for an even more layman comparison, this is a big XL lighter right there. And if I close the knife up, I believe that it's almost exactly the same height. And I was right. It's almost exactly the same height as a big XL lighter. Which means that if this thing is going to be able to sit in your pocket very comfortably, this is going to as well. So I'll put some specs or whatever specs I can find about these knives here in terms of the size dimensions. But, you know, it's a really small knife. It's meant to be a small pocket knife that you can carry easily every day with you as your EDC. You might not use it the same way you would with a full-size knife, but for a light, small pocket carry, that has a nice cutting edge. I mean, okay, it has two nice cutting edges, right? Because it's a Tanto. This might be it for you. I want to share with you guys that I actually backed this on Indiegogo, and all these three cost me a whopping 140 USD. Like, I kid you not, it's super cheap. For one of each, it was the one of each bundle. For 140 US dollars, you get three. I mean, there's no argument, right? There's no argument. So yeah, I really dig this. I'm really glad that I got all three. But this thing is actually calling out to me to give it a red dye job. And you guys saw the Pocket Rhino earlier. It's got a nice red to orange fade on the G10. I feel like doing it to this because those scales are just crying out and telling me, please give me a nice red dye custom job. I think I will do that. So the biggest question, I guess, is would I put this on my EDC? Now with the first impressions out of the way, these things are rather impressive. It's surprisingly impressive, and they look even better in real life as compared to when you look at it in pictures. Now, a lot of times you actually see knives and you kind of look at pictures of them and you go, wow, this thing looks nice. And then when you actually get it, it's either like smaller or a different proportion than you actually expected because it looks different from the pictures. But I gotta say that this thing is really looks good. The action on this is undeniable. I'm really surprised by the action. Look at me, guys. I'm no front flipper expert, but look, I was able to do that. I'm really thoroughly surprised. So my first impressions on this is really good. Good enough for me to say this is potentially a really good EDC item. So I'm gonna have to carry this. But, you know, in these kind of times right now, there's really no point because I rarely get the chance to leave the house. So I guess the actual proper review of these will only come in due time. But right now, the first impressions are really good. Was it worth the wait? Most definitely. I mean, it's value for money, guys. 140 USD for all these three together. That's crazy. Especially for this version, man. This is full titanium with S35 VN steel. And then carbon fiber and S35 VN steel. I mean, these two alone, even if you get these two for 140, it's still a steal. But to get three of these, damn, I gotta say, just damn. That is it. Thank you so much for sticking all the way throughout and sharing in this slice of my life, and I hope that you found this content interesting and informative. And if you like the kind of videos that I'm putting out on the channel, please consider subscribing, and if you do subscribe, make sure that you hit the bell to be notified of any new uploads that I put out. Also, I run a Patreon page. I'll put a link up here to that in case you want to go check it out. And if you do become a patron of mine, thank you so much in advance. It means a lot to me. Last but not least, of course, a shout out to Adrian D'Souza over at Damned EDC / Damned Designs. Once again, everyone, these are the Damned Oni mini-sized folding pocket knives, and I will catch all of you in the next slice of my life. Until then, everyone, gaga boos.